I didn't expect to feel tired before I even arrived. Not physically. Something quieter than that. Like I had already spent energy preparing myself for small things. Being introduced without context, being thanked in passing, standing slightly outside of conversations that used to include me. Weddings compress families into a single room and ask everyone to behave like the past is resolved. At the entrance, a young coordinator glanced at her list, then at me. "Name?" I told her. She hesitated, not long. Just enough to check something twice, then handed me a thin paper badge with a neutral smile. "Please wear this." It was the kind of badge you don't question immediately. Light cardstock, printed text, a clip already bent slightly out of shape. I stepped aside before looking at it. Asterisk, limited access guest. There wasn't anything dramatic about the wording. It sounded logistical, almost temporary. My mother appeared beside me before I could decide what I felt. She didn't greet me first. She adjusted the badge so it faced forward. Then, quieter-like, she was explaining a seating arrangement. "That means no plate. No plate." Not "we ran out," not "there was a mix-up," just "not included." I nodded, because nodding is what you do when you don't want to create a moment in a place designed to avoid them. Inside, everything was already in motion. Laughter in clusters, glasses clinking, my brother moving from group to group with that practiced warmth he'd learned somewhere along the way. No one stopped me, no one asked, and that was the confirmation. It wasn't an accident. I found a place along the edge of the room, not hiding, just positioned. From there, you can see everything more clearly. Who gets approached, who gets deferred to, who gets referred to, who gets remembered. I watched my parents move easily between guests, filling space with familiarity. I watched my brother laugh in a way that looked effortless. For a moment, I tried to locate where I fit in that picture. I couldn't. The badge rested lightly against my chest, but it carried weight in a different way. It explained things retroactively, not just tonight, other moments, other decisions that had seemed unclear at the time. Across the room, the gift table was arranged carefully. Envelopes stacked with a kind of quiet expectation. Boxes wrapped in coordinated colors. I had placed mine there earlier. $7,500. Not casually given. Planned. Adjusted for. A contribution that, in my mind, had meant something not just financially, but symbolically. A way of saying, "I'm here with you in this." I stood there a little longer, then I walked over. No one stopped me. No one noticed at first. Why would they? People don't watch the gift table unless they're adding to it. I found the envelope easily. My handwriting made it stand out more than I expected. For a second, I just held it. There's a moment, before you change something, where everything is still reversible, where you can put it back and continue as if nothing shifted. I didn't rush past that moment. Then I turned. The room didn't go silent. It never does in real life, but something subtle changed, like a thread pulled slightly too tight. My brother saw me before anyone else did. He moved quickly, weaving through people with an urgency that didn't match the tone of the event. "Hey, what are you doing?" His voice wasn't angry, it was confused, like he had walked into the middle of something without context. I held the envelope between us, not offering it, not hiding it. "I think you won't need this anymore." It wasn't sharp, just accurate. He looked at the badge then. Really looked at it like he was seeing it for the first time. "That's," he paused, "that's just for seating." "It's not. It's clear enough." Behind him, my parents were already approaching. My mother faster than my father, her expression tight in that controlled way she uses when things don't align publicly. "Come back," she said, low but firm. "This isn't the place." That was always the argument. Not, "you're wrong." Just, "not here." Before I could respond, someone else stepped in, not between us, but slightly to the side. The venue coordinator. The same one from the entrance. She looked at my badge, then at her tablet, then at me again. "I'm sorry," she said. "Professional but direct. There seems to be a classification error." No one spoke. She turned the screen slightly, not enough for everyone to read, but enough to establish certainty. "You're listed as a primary family contributor. You should have full access." The words landed differently than anything else had. Not louder, just final. My brother's posture shifted first. Not dramatically but enough, like something internal had to readjust quickly. My mother started to say something about logistics, about misunderstandings, but it didn't quite form, because this wasn't emotional anymore. It was documented. "I'm fine," I said, and I realized I meant it. The coordinator nodded, already moving to correct something on her end, but the moment had already done what it needed to do. I looked at my brother, not waiting, not asking, just looking. There are conversations that happen without words, and this was one of them. Not resolution, not forgiveness, just recognition. I placed the envelope back in my jacket pocket, not as a gesture, as a decision. "I'm going to head out," I said. No one tried to physically stop me this time. My father said my name, but it sounded more like habit than instruction. My brother didn't follow immediately, and that, more than anything, told me he understood something had shifted. Outside, the air felt cooler than I expected. I stood there for a moment, letting the noise from inside blur into something indistinct. My phone buzzed once, and again. I didn't check it. Not yet. There wasn't a sense of victory. Just space. And for the first time that day, I wasn't negotiating my place in it.